So it looks like this is going to work. It's just going to pick up on the microphone. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start a new game here on Rob's Arcade. Thanks for tubing in, hanging out here. We're going to do a quick retro rewind weekend and jump into a little bit of like the holiday type of um, video and talk about
South Texas,
some cool Sega
US-Mexican
CD
border.
stuff here.
People have
I know
begun to
I've
disappear.
done, gosh, probably
Villages,
tons of
families,
videos.
gone without a
Um,
trace. All humanity is in danger. And this
with this
small
game,
Texas
but
town
you
sits
know,
at
we
ground
got
zero.
Christmas right around the corner. I can't believe we're already like halfway through December, and I want to spend the next couple weekends doing a couple of these. Last year around Christmas, we looked at some retro rewind games and kind of blew through a 25 days of Christmas games and Sega Genesis games, which it was a lot of fun. But I didn't really dive into Sega CD, which for, gosh, quite a few years, um,
It's Reese, the agent in charge down here.
really
We're real glad to see you. And we're running a little pushed on this thing, so try to keep
were,
up.
were kind of like the
This is
centerpiece
Pike.
of my
You're the new
Christmas,
tax collector.
holidays, my
Right.
Christmas season.
Stop in.
I got the Sega CD for Christmas,
Here we go.
uh, that year that it launched, and
Mike here is a field op.
it was,
Four others in
God,
town
it was like one of
trying
those
to
things. Like I don't
disposal.
think I asked for
I won't rough against
many
aliens if you take on human form.
like video
Couldn't
game
disguise the
systems
townspeople
growing
from their
up.
activity.
I think I've probably,
Welcome to
have
the
made
end of the
mention
road.
of this before, where I think like, everybody just got
We set up
like a
command post here
Nintendo.
because of the central
Growing
location.
up, I felt like, or at least it felt like in my neighborhood.
Well, Beverly Hills
I've,
it ain't.
I've realized growing up
Hope you
that
do
not
better than the last
everybody
tactical operation.
um, had one, but I feel like just
You're
about
gonna
every
have to
kid on
get
my
better.
street and
You
most
ready
of
to
my
follow,
friends had
right?
one
We've
growing
lost
up.
3
So
tactical operatives in the
I don't know,
last
growing
3
up for me just felt like
weeks.
everybody,
Just gone.
you just
Like
got it
that.
in the mail
No trace, nothing.
with like a coupon, the coupon books,
Scares the crap
free
out of me.
samples of Tide, and the Nintendo
Heading
Entertainment
back down to the
System.
plaza. Good luck.
We're up here.
Then I got like, the Game Boy, Game Gear, Sega, but a lot of those were just given to me. Like I didn't
Because of
even
the
really
losses, we've
know
gone to a battle cam setup.
what those things were
The town is rigged for picture. It's your eyes and ears at
before
4
they even really
critical
came out.
locations. You'll be tied into the database at Fort Meade.
But the Sega CD, that was
Fire
something I was
control
like, I was
center consists
following
of
on
4 particle beam disruptors with limited energy
the
capacitors.
social media of our day, which
So make
was,
smart decisions.
video game magazines basically,
We're in here.
and television commercials.
Based on cell analysis, HQ has determined that these aliens must ingest a compatible life form in order to survive.
But I really wanted a Sega CD,
Their
and I was
constant
so happy
cellular
when I
regeneration
actually got
depends
one.
on it. Frankly, our best weapons can only stun these creeps.
And then for the next couple of years, I want to say, like I said, the Sega CD was kind of the centerpiece of the holiday.
There'll be an agent in each locale, and you'll get a wave once you get set. I'll be on the street as well, gathering what intelligence I can on the disappearances. Now, you're supposedly the best we've got.
So I wanted to take a little bit of time and
We're
kind of
counting
look
on
at
you to
some of
watch our
these
backs
games
and be there in the event that something goes wrong.
and take a sneak peek
And there's one
into
other
the
thing.
past of what it was like growing
You're
up
the
with
last
Robert
chance we have.
around the holiday season
We don't get this situation contained.
back in the
HQ
90s
has
while playing
agent
some
in the air with
Sega
attack
CD. And
gear.
I've got
They're ready to drop it.
an old movie on right now, Nobody's Fool, with Paul Newman, which that, I don't know if I really rented. I feel like I did rent that um, growing up, but
All
I
battle
can't
cams
say for
energized and
sure.
operational. Life
Um,
form present in
that was like a
identified location.
94,
Investigation advised.
um,
Okay, guys, another round.
a 94 film.
Online.
Name's Breen.
It's been around the same time that I would have been playing this. I'm pretty sure we did rent Nobody's Fool from time to time. Great movie, Paul Newman, Bruce Willis,
He's not too bad.
gosh, Jessica Tandy, Melanie Griffin. I mean, there's a pretty amazing cast. But it's a great holiday movie because it takes place around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and wraps up in on New Year's. So it's a great movie to watch around this time now. If you haven't seen it, it's on Tubi, I believe, and Pluto. So you can get a chance to actually watch it. Watch it for free if you haven't seen it. Now I'm gonna jump back into talking a little bit more about the Sega CD. Again, that was something I was fortunate enough to pick up as a young child, and it was one of my favorite gifts.
Just a job?
Some of my favorite games included like Sherlock Holmes. There was also a full motion video game. Oh God, I really wish they would release that in the PlayStation Store. Just a really fun detective game, and it came with some really cool pieces. I think it came with like an actual little notebook, as well as a newspaper that you could read. Like kind of like a little booklet, not like a full newspaper. Kind of like the size of an instruction booklet. And it would have like, I think it was like 3 different cases in the game. 3 different mysteries to solve. And so there was like 3 different days or dates, if you will, in the newspaper that coincided with what was going on. So you could like read the newspaper and get like some inside information.
Can I get anything else?
And kind of like, what was going on.
I think you should raise him.
At the time, there might have been like
How are you fellas? Morning.
a newspaper article mentioning a location and the event involving the case, and then maybe a name or two that's not, mentioned anywhere else. It kind of gives you a little bit more of a lead to follow. There was a great collection of Sega Genesis games. Dude, you almost ate it. Hey, man, what's going on in there? Hey, man, you see my keys? Trying to start my El Camino. I can't find a dog. There was a great collection of Sega CD or Sega Genesis games, which I think I talked about that several times too in other videos. Streets of Rage being one of them.
Warning.
Columns.
Multiple.
Got some Golden Axe and Shinobi were the titles. There's like Soul Feast. I think a lot of that, like Soul Feast, the Sega Genesis collection, and Sherlock Holmes came with it. It came with a couple of music CDs, which is really cool. I don't even think I'm aiming like anywhere close to these people. That's hilarious. But as my collection grew, I got some really cool titles. Lethal Enforcers, I think, was one of the first games I got. That came with a light gun.
I'll be your contact out here on Main Street.
It's been around shooting
Just keep a cool head, and you'll get through this.
shooting drug dealers and gangsters.
This is. Things look normal enough
Like
around
Bram
here.
Stoker's Dracula.
Let me tell you, a lot of people disappeared.
This game I didn't get for Christmas. I was just thinking about that. I was like trying to think, like, did I get this one for Christmas? And I think I've made mention before, like this was just one that, oh no, wrong button. I feel like that when it came out, my dad just picked it up. I feel like it might have even been like in the summertime. I could be wrong. But this was when he just came home with it. And I was just like, what is this? This is so cool. It was like it had 2 CDs with it.
Hey, how you doing?
Amazing sound, amazing graphics,
I'm DeSalvo, second in command of this operation.
amazing sound quality.
Seems pretty quiet today.
Oh, what
Except for the
happened?
bored housewives across the street. Well, I've got to get back to work. I'll check in with you later.
I think I hit the wrong button. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. I wound up dying that way. I used to play playing like Fortnite, GTA. Yeah, the Sega CD was one of my favorite gifts. Sonic CD, probably one of my favorite all-time games of all time ever. But that was like right on her. That's crazy. Y'all seeing this? Am I going to be caught in some kind of weird infinite loop? There we go. I guess that's probably putting those shields on all the time, especially like when I leave each world. Yeah, let's do that.
Hey, well, you know. Yeah, what do you think?
I think something else. What was another one? Oh, Black Hole Assault.
Warning. Multiple alien life forms indicate.
I don't know. I think maybe Black Hole Assault also came with the system. This was one of those things, man, back in the
Here's the point. There it is.
back in the 90s when you got a system,
Sorry, boys, but it looks like I'm on a roll.
they really set you up. Especially the Sega CD. Like I said, it came with like a bunch of like titles and music CDs and all kinds of cool stuff.
Mind if I sit in? Ranger, let me see your hands. Come on, get him up, get him up. Good shadow on you guys.
And the Sega CD, man, it was one of those
Oh, nice.
gifts that, like I said, it was something I wanted, I asked for,
We'll be right back for you. Now, don't move. Don't you move.
and it was a great system in terms of graphics, sound, all of that. But it allowed for some really cool features that other systems didn't allow you. Kind of like allow you to tap into the RAM and ROM of the system itself, and kind of like actually look into like the memory
You can perform surgery with
files and see how much room you had.
Traces, no problem. Big problem. Federal agents, on your knees, hands behind your head. Do it now!
Also kind of led to some of the first like special content in video games where you would have
You're acting like it's the first time
like
something like this has ever happened.
concept art, background,
I can't understand why you're acting
information,
Because you do some
videos,
stupid things.
interviews, like all kinds of cool things that before weren't available in your video games. I remember like Sonic CD had some really cool concept art that was available in it. This freaking B word again. But the Sega CD was really cool because it was also like my first, I think, CD player. It was like it was a video game system, but it also allowed you to play CDs trying to think like the first CD that I bought. I think it was Pearl Jam. It was like the first CD that I bought. I think one of the first CDs that was gifted to me was
Glad you're on our side.
it's like an Aerosmith CD.
Hey, stay back.
The Cypress Hill Black Sunday, I think was like maybe one of the next CDs that was purchased.
Never seen anything like it. Got some kind of writing on it.
The number is 3. The symbol is triangle.
I don't know what that could mean.
Drop Called Quest, Midnight Marauders was one of the first CDs too, but I feel like
figure it out.
yeah, I feel like Pearl Jam was the first CD that I ever got that I bought, and I bought it with like probably like a gift card. What? A gift card that I got for Christmas,
Warning. Multiple alien life forms indicated in area monitored by Battlecam 2.
Back up, cowboy. Take it easy.
Uh-oh.
Back. Put your hands up. Get him up.
Hey, no.
Oh shit.
Oh, you sure know how to pick them, don't you, Pat?
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, the Sega CD being like being able to play CDs. I remember like having the speakers hooked up in my room, being able to listen to music, and my dad realizing the sound quality and capability of the Sega CD and being cool enough to like hook me up with speakers in my room, being like giant, massive speakers. I remember he got me an old stereo receiver, and well, that should have been a kill shot. As you can see, the aim on this is not so. It's like, how do you expect me to be good at Fortnite? But this is what I grew up with aiming wise. What kind of Matrix, Black Cat nonsense? Oh, that's garbage. Another lady walks out. Oh, that's crazy. It's just on a cycle. Yeah, it looks like this targeting is way off on this. Sometimes, like, I feel like it loads.
One more mistake like that and I'm pulling you off this assignment, TAC Op. These are people here.
I didn't even shoot anywhere near her. But this thing's gone all wonky on me. Wow. Yeah, I just remember it being way better than this on the Sega Genesis. Yeah, I feel like sometimes when this thing, like, some of these games that you can get that are like old versions of other games, PlayStation or Sega CD or Sega Genesis, whatever it looks like, sometimes they load decent, sometimes they load wonky. We'll just stay here on the screen for the rest of the night. This is crazy. I promise it was better than this growing up. Maybe they'll kick me out. There we go.
I don't want the likes of you watching my back. The chopper's waiting. You're done.
Well, your equipment sucks, dude. Yeah, let's retry that.
Look, the clock is running on this situation. Now, you want to handle these aliens, or do you want to sit around here picking your nose like some know-nothing civvy?
Freeze!
What?
Man, it's getting crazy out there. Well, what are we gonna do? Maybe we should bug out of here.
No! No. We still got our expert. Now, you get back out on the street. We got a chance.
There is no...
We got a chance. Now get back out on the
I thought
street. I'm right
he
behind
got
you.
dragged away. I think he got like dragged away. I guess the whole thing starts over. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, this was, this is the 90s. Like I said, this was like, I don't know, just my favorite, one of my favorite games on the Sega CD. But the Sega CD itself, like I said, I think it was probably one of my favorite
All
toys.
battle cams energized and operational.
One of my favorite Christmas gifts I'd ever got.
Life form present in identify.
It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Being able to see like actual actors in my video game was just unreal. Like, as crappy as this might seem, this was really state of the art and ahead of the time. And like I said, having my dad being nice enough, like I said, we had this old receiver hooked up, and these giant speakers like mounted to the wall. I don't know how they stayed up there. I really don't. Like the face of the speakers were the size of like, I don't know, the TV in some people's, bedrooms. They were definitely floor speakers for, heavy duty stereo.
Glad you're online. Name's
Big giant subwoofers.
Been to come here for over a week. What a dump.
2 tweeters. They probably weighed like 60 pounds or something crazy. They put these like giant shelves up on the wall, and I had my VCR and my Sega CD running through the receiver. It's like blasting Jurassic Park and Sega CD games. This guy again. Anybody else shooting out here? Somebody shooting, man. It's like aliens and military are shooting everywhere, and he's just kind of walking around, wondering who left the TV on in there.
Hey, how you doing?
And this was probably like my friend's favorite Christmas gift
I'm
as well.
second in command of this operation. Seems pretty quiet today, except for the bored housewives across the
And
street.
for like years.
Well, I've got to get back to work. I'll check in with you later.
This was something that I felt like every weekend, every afternoon, my friends in the neighborhood would come over. They wanted to play Black Hole Assault. They wanted to play Ground Zero Texas. They wanted to check out Mortal Kombat on the Sega CD, even though we played, Mortal Kombat on everything else. We worn the controllers out, playing it on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Once it came out on Sega CD, that was just like one more thing we had to try out.
Hey, sweeties. What do you say we get the man?
Plus all the games that I rented, oh my gosh. The rentals.
I thought he could use one more.
That one really hit the spot.
I think I've said this before in like another video, like I felt like I had open It's an open call.
Let's see what you got, amigo.
Babies are so clean, and you can perform surgery with them. No numbers, no traces, no problem.
Big problem. Federal agents! On your knees, hands behind your head.
Can't think of what the word I'm looking for. The phrase. First dibs on everything. It was like,
You know, you're acting like this is the first time.
it was like my collection.
I can't understand why you're acting like this.
I can't understand why you're acting like this either.
Because you do some stupid things.
The Sega CD was a pretty rare system. You know, most people had a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis, but not a lot of people had a Sega CD.
Matthews, I'll be your contact out here on Main Street.
So when the video store across the street started actually renting the titles, it was like, oh man, like anything I wanted, I could just go over there and grab. I didn't have to really worry about availability, you know.
Let me tell you, a lot of people disappeared.
Like things that, you know, Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, you might go in there and
So it's just up to us now.
a little bit more harder to get your hands on something, especially like, you know, once like Mortal Kombat came out, like trying to get your hands on that. Mortal Kombat 2, like that was always checked out whenever you go to the video store. But it never failed. Whenever I would go rent a Sega CD game, no matter what I would rent or what I would want to, it was always available. There's probably not many people in the area had one. So all my friends would come over. Like I was the house that had one. It's a really cool feeling. God, I still, like I said, I still remember that feeling waking up Christmas morning, opening that box, just being like, no way. Like I knew what it was. And you know, you see that box leading up to Christmas Day. There's only one thing could be in there. There we go. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. So please make sure you subscribe, share, like all that jazz. I might come back with a little bit more, talk a little bit more about my experiences with the Sega CD as we look at some Ground Zero Texas here. Anyway, until next time, make sure you take care of yourself, take care of each other, and don't spend that quarter anywhere else. See you later, guys.
How are you fellas?